The 417 Gamers is a group of board, tabletop, and card gamers in the 417 area code. This is the podcast.
Welcome to the 417 Gamer Podcast, episode 70, the one with summertime. We are pushed for a little bit of time. We are recording this right before Moon City Con because we want to make sure we get our episodes up, edited, scheduled, and all that good stuff. So, in the 4, we talk about 4 games that we've been playing recently. I talk Shackleton base. Andrea talks about Ladies D&D Night. We talk about Sagrada, and we talk about Santa Monica. And the one topic of the show, we just kind of yammer about summertime, what we've been doing. We're squished for time, don't judge us. And in the 7, we talk about 7 of the best movies we've seen thus far. The schedule looked really nice this year. We got our Alamo passes. We've seen quite a few movies. We spent a lot on popcorn and drinks. But without further ado, the 417 Gamer Podcast. Welcome to the 417 Gamer Podcast. My name is Rick.
And I'm Andrea.
In the 4, we'd like to talk about 4 games that we've been playing recently. I'd like to start us off with the game in space. Because this will be dropping right after Moon City Con, which is spacey. We've had this game on our shelf for over a year, and then I picked up the expansion because I heard the expansion makes it even better. This is a complex game at 3.93 out of 5. This is designed by Fabio Lipiano and Nestor Mangione. It is published by... who is this published by? I guess the original publisher is Sorry We Are Not French. But mine is Pandasaurus Games. Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
This is Shackleton base. So Shackleton base is about making bases in the Shackleton crater of the moon. It is worker placement. It is variable setup. You got space exploration. But more importantly, it's about corporations. So in this game, everybody has a player board that has all these little bases and domes and stuff that you're eventually going to try and build and put out on the board. And while those are awesome and those get you in-game points, you also, every game, have 3 corporations that are basically funding this that you have to interact with. And the more you interact with some of them, the better bonuses they give you. And then some of them give you better points. And some of them might be giving you better income and economies. You have 3 different color workers that every player can get at the start of each round. There's 3 rounds. You get these little rocket ships, and you pick one, and that's who lands in your colony. And the rocket ships have yellow, blue, and red workers. And they can be placed in various regions. If you put them on the outside of the border in the space, that is how they will help you get some more resources. So if you put yellow out there, it will trigger where your bases are, and you'll get resources. If you put red out, you get monies. If you put blue out, you get corporate bonuses. Then, on the main board, you have a track. If you put yellow, you have a track that shows yellow, red, and blue. Yellow is for building. You don't have to put a yellow worker there, but if you do, you get a bonus for doing so. The red lets you get corporation cards. Those can also give you bonuses in game scoring. You don't have to put a red guy there, but if you do, you get to do a corporate action. A corporate action could be interacting with one of the corporate boards. It could be getting a bonus off of one of your cards. It could be you have a corporate prestige track. It could be interacting with that. It could be moving yourself up that corporate prestige track. Then you have your blue guy. You have the blue track, which is doing 3 corporate actions. You don't have to put a blue guy on there, but if you do, it gets you a bonus. You get one of the bonus resources out on the map. Lot going on. It's a big teach, and Ethan taught this really well. Played it once, thought it was fantastic, but I was like, man, I don't want to teach that. And then Ethan's like, I still need to play the expansion. You want to play it again? And you're about to talk about what you did while I played this.
Mm-hmm.
I said, absolutely. So we played it with the expansions with different corporations. Had one that had robots. Had one that was putting out plant life, and it was like the nature conscious people that were trying to be nature conscious on the moon. And like, what? But it was fun. It was kind of funny, and it was. I thought it was funny that neither one of the players that interacted with the nature company did well at all. And I don't know if that was their bonus cards weren't great, or if the powers on the board weren't good enough, or if they just didn't push themselves on that board far enough to do anything with. Also in the expansion, there was a trigger, an event to where we found out that a meteorite was going to hit somewhere in our area. One of those corporations lets you do searches to narrow down where that meteor was going to hit. If you got so far, you got to peek, because when that meteor hits, it's going to destroy all of the bases built in that area and all of the bases that are built adjacent to that area. So it's going to hit 7 different spots out of like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's say there's like 20 some odd areas. So 7 spaces gone, and it's expensive to build these buildings. It hurts. So at the end of the game, Ethan lost some stuffs. He was a sad panda. But no, Shackleton Base, fantastic game. Do not want to teach it. Our copy not only sealed, so is our expansion, and we donated it to the Boys and Girls Club auction at Moon City Con. I hope it went to a good home. Andrea, what were you doing while I was Shackletoning some bases?
I was playing D&D.
You were. D&D was designed by Gary Gygax and friends in like the 70s and 80s.
D&D stands for Dungeons & Dragons.
It does.
Which is a role-playing game, not necessarily a board game. But I had never played before, ever. And my friend Gina, who's been joining us for board game night.
Yeah, she came on a podcast episode a couple episodes
She
ago.
sure did. She had never played before, but she watches a lot of Dropout and
some of the Critical Role and some of those live plays.
Yeah. And she wanted to play, so our friendly local board games store, Metagames, had a ladies' night for beginners where you didn't have to know anything about it. They walked you through the whole process, including how to make a character or let you pick a pre-created character. And we had a wonderful time. It was a lot of fun. We've done it twice now. We've done 2 campaigns, and it's not just the game itself, it's the interaction with the other players and all the different personalities getting together. It was really enjoyable. I'd always wanted to do it.
Nice. And each night had the 2 nights you did had different DMs.
Yeah, different dungeon master, a different way of overseeing our campaign or our adventure. Once we went into the sewers to fight frogmen, and then we went.
Yeah, you just murdered frogs.
Yeah, they were frogmen.
And you don't even know if they were friendly or not.
We did not. We shot first and asked questions later. And then the second time we battled.
Ladies wouldn't do that.
Yeah, they did. And then our second campaign, we battled a werewolf.
Nice. So
it was a lot of fun. It will never replace board gaming for me, but it was fun to try.
I think So, I've played D&D 4th Ed and a little bit of 5th Ed, the starter box. Our issue is we're adults, and it's hard to nail down a couple of other adults and get a consistent schedule. Life changes. You know, we have so many friends that have kids. We have lives. And as soon as we're like, hey, this night works for us, All of a sudden, work changes, life changes, their lives change.
Yeah.
And the consistent Monday, Tuesday turns into a Wednesday for us and a Friday for them. And maybe a Sunday for another. So D&D is just... RPGs in general are just not something that I can plan on playing. I can plan on playing like a one-shot little adventure for a night. That's the best I can do with, being an adult. Eventually, maybe when we get to retire, we'll get consistent D&D games. I hope. The next game we're going to talk about is Santa Monica. This is designed by Josh Wood and published by AEG Games. So, you were born in California.
I was.
And you have an affinity for some of the California games that we've been picking up.
And we recently went out to visit.
We did. We saw the Santa Monica Pier.
We did. So we picked up the Santa Monica game.
So in Santa Monica, you were trying to create the most appealing neighborhood in Southern California. On your turn, you start with this board piece that is basically the size of 2 cards, one above the other. You have a pier side or a boardwalk side, and you have the beach side. Mm-hmm. From then on, you have a grouping of cards that you get to draft from. You always get the lower row. There's 2 rows. The lower row is what you can draft from. The top row is basically previewing what's going to come down once you pull one of the cards.
Which I do like because you can plan ahead.
And on your turn, you're going to grab those cards, and each one are trying to help you score different things. Some of them have activations. Like you might play this card, and tourists might show up on that spot. Some of them might have an ability for you to move some of your tourists. Because at the end of the game, if you have tourists that aren't doing activities or occupying other spaces, you lose points for them.
Yes. If you didn't find something for your tourists to do, he's a negative points.
Yep. You have some global scoring opportunities, and you might have some private scoring opportunities. Then you also can acquire these seashells. The seashells is the way you can break the game a little bit. The seashell powers change from game to game. The game we played, you could cash in 2 seashells to take a card from the top row and get like 1 move off of a person. The other seashell ability was, I think you still took a card from the bottom row, but it gave you 3 moves. Because trying to find all of your moves from the cards was tough.
I don't know. I don't think it's doable. There's just not enough cards that have movement on them. They focus more on the landmarks and the point getting abilities like set collection and stuff of trying to group different icons together. And
I think we need to play this more and shuffle the cards better, because I saw a lot more movement at the bottom of the deck.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping our next play movement will be a little bit better, a little easier to be found.
But the art is
fantastic.
It's great art. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Bob's Burgers, kind of at the pier. If you watch that show. But
it's pastel colors. It's very cute. It's very in the motif of some of the Santa Monica signage. If you've ever been down there, the artists on this are Jeremy Nguyen and Josh Wood. The last game we're going to talk about in all of this is Sagrada. This was designed by Adrian Amascu and Daryl Andrews. And this is currently published by Floodgate Games and Madigo, Pegaspiel. Published by a whole bunch of games right now. I don't remember what our version is.
Our version we had you had it before we ever got together.
Yeah.
And I'd seen it. It's a very beautiful box.
Yeah.
The art on it is fantastic. And I think you'd played it so much you were burnt out on it.
It and Role Player, because they're both dice drafting games where you're taking the dice and placing them on your board. And I had them both, and I liked them both. And I don't think I'd played it since pandemic or maybe even before.
But when we went to Geekway to the West, they were doing demos because there was a new expansion.
Yes.
and that refreshed the game for you.
It
and
did.
I had never played it before, even the base game, which I really enjoyed just the base game. And then you enjoyed the expansion, so we may need to pick up the expansion.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoyed it, and I would like to keep playing it some more. And I mean, I like games like Azul or Patchwork where you're putting together something pretty.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it.
The new expansion is the Panorama expansion, where you have a goal between you and your neighbors. So Andrew and I, we're neighbors. Maybe we're trying to get like 3s and 6s on the edges. The better we do that between the two of us, more points.
Yeah.
The person to my left, we might be trying to do just reds and yellows. Interesting. Otherwise, Sagrada has a pool of dice that are rolled. You used to roll one more than the number of players, but now in the new Artisans version, you roll double amount of players plus one. Everybody drafts the dice snake style. Like, if Andrew's first player, she gets first pick, I'll get next pick, but then I'll grab another one, she'll grab the last one. And then the die that's left over goes on a round counter. And you have, I think it's 12 rounds? It was whatever it took to fill up the grid. I think it's a 4x5 grid. But you start with some dice to seed your board. Anyway, these dice go on your board, which you're building a stained glass window. They're very pretty. They're translucent dice in the various colors. Purple, red, yellow, green, blue. Is it just 5 colors?
I think so.
It's at least 5. It might be 6 colors, but then your dice are 1 to 6. You can never have 2 colors directly adjacent to each other, and you can never have the same number directly adjacent to each other. On top of that, your board is double layered, and you slide a card inside of it. That card gives you some placement restrictions, like this spot has to have a red die. This spot has to have a 5. So, and then once you place a die on your board, every other die has to be placed adjacent to a previously placed die. So that runs you into some things where when you're drafting the dice, especially early in the game, you might see a 3, and you already have a 3 on your board, and you can't put it there. So can't take that. But then there's also some artisan powers where you spend some beads that you start off with to try and manipulate your board, or might get you around some bad stuffs. Like you said, pretty game. I'll break it out, and we might need to get the new version because I do like that new rule of drafting and some other stuff.
Yeah.
The new version is Artisans, and I thought it's still a pretty game. Also, Artisans, I think, plays... Oh, it only plays 4 out of the box. The Panorama, I think, comes with extra players. Because Sagrada itself only played 4, and I think I got the first expansion that gave me a 5th player.
Yeah.
Because drafting games, since they go so quick, adding another player does not add that much time, and I do like more players on it.
Agreed.
So that was the 4 in the 417Gamer podcast. Our one topic of the show, we're just talking about summertime, what we've been doing, and listen to it. If not, skip on to the 7, and we'll talk about the 7 best movies we've seen so far. So let's go on to the 1.
Hey guys, Metagames Unlimited is Southwest Missouri's friendly local game store of choice. Large play space, great board game selection, magic cards, Warhammer, paint, supplies, everything you could want for gaming. The 417 Gamers and we usually are out every Thursday night from 6 to close playing them games, teaching them up. Come out and play games with us. Also, check out some of the events that they run in town. Check their Facebook at mguinc.com or go over to the Facebook page, facebook.com/MetaGamesUnlimited, or on Instagram at meta_games_unlimited. Let's get on with the topic of the show.
The one topic of the show is summertime.
Summertime.
So, we're heading into Moon City Con, and I was trying to think up of a game for us to review, but we don't have time to review a game.
Because we have 1,000 games we must attend to.
Yep. And we talked about hand management, and we enjoyed it. But I think maybe we could have been a little bit better on fleshing that out if we had more time, but we don't have time. So this summer we've had a good time with our dog. Our dog has been spoiled to the high heavens. He stays in on hot days. We come home on our lunch to let him do business, wake him up from his nap. He gets a cheese tax whenever I have a sandwich. Do you give him a cheese tax?
Always.
Okay, he gets cheese tax from the wife whenever she makes herself a sandwich at home. Then he goes back and takes his nap, and we go back to work until we get home. So many car rides this boy has had.
Well, we give him car rides because it is summer and it's so hot that to take him on walks, the concrete is so hot it burns his little paws.
It does.
So we take him on car rides in the air conditioning.
We do, and then we take him to the Petsway and the PetSmarts and let him walk around a little bit.
Yeah.
Or when we go to our climate-controlled storage to get stuff for the Moon City Convention, he goes with us.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we have to build a fence with the stuff we're pulling out of the storage unit, but so what?
Yeah, so what?
I mean, he's big enough to jump over if he wanted to.
He doesn't, though, because he's a good boy.
He is a good boy, but once we pulled up the stuff to put it back in the storage unit, maybe he wandered off to go see who was talking down the hall.
But like us, he doesn't enjoy the excessive heat of summer.
No. If you've ever watched any of the videos I put on the 417Gamer YouTube, I try and sneak a little pic of Barry somewhere in there. He's a big, floofy Bernese Mountain Dog. We love the crap out of him. We love our kitty, too, but she's an indoor kitty.
Yeah. We can't really take her with us.
No, she does not car ride. She only associates car ride with going to the vet.
Yeah, that's no good.
No. Even if it was a pleasant car ride, she'd be like, no. Also this summer, we have been remodeling our master bathroom, and that has been an experience. So our goal was to have it done by the time we got to Moon City Con. And we're very close.
Very close, very close.
The shower is installed. The toilet, the sink, the medicine cabinets are all installed. We still need to put in the fixture, the vanity fixture that's going to go above the sink. We need to install a mirror below that. The surround to the shower is done. The drywall is up on the north wall. The south, the east, and the west walls, the drywall has been up, taped, mudded, sanded, painted. The north wall still needs to be taped, mudded, and painted. I know, it's just riveting entertainment.
It's been riveting to do, so exciting.
The other thing that we have been doing this summer is promoting Moon City Con.
We have spent a lot of time.
We have. We've been going to Village Meeple on every other Friday for Board Game Friends Assemble, teaching up newbies, introducing them to the 417Gamer group, encouraging them, teaching some games, and letting them know that as gamers, we're not scary. Nerdy, yes. Scary, no.
Sometimes it is intimidating to walk up to a game that you have never seen and know nothing about and sit down and play it, especially if you're new to the hobby. For example, this past week we went to the Village Meeple for Game Friends Assemble, and we had someone come in who had never played board games beyond, the general mass market games. But she saw the promotion of the event. She came in and we played some nice lightweight introductory games. She had a really good time, and hopefully we brought someone new into the hobby.
Yeah, I had a good time playing with Cindy.
Yeah.
And it was nice playing some light games with her. We got her to play
we played Quirkle and High Society and Castle Combo.
And Castle Combo, we found out, was her ceiling. And that's a lot of times when we'll play with somebody new their first time, we'll throw a couple light mechanic games and then next step up.
And the castle combo that we played did have the expansion in it, which has a step up on some of the mechanics on the cards, I think. I think we maybe, in hindsight, should have pulled out the expansion and just played the base game. But a good hand management game, castle combo.
I think we shouldn't have played a castle combo with her.
No?
No. You picked Corkle, and she picked up Corkle perfectly.
Yeah, she won.
She did.
By a lot.
We played High Society. She did just fine in High Society. You had suggested Azul after Corkle.
Yeah.
But Ethan and I were talking because she had seen the tile laying of Corkle, and because she had seen the bidding and management of High Society.
Yeah.
We thought maybe she could handle Castle Combo, because we play so much Castle Combo as far as weight goes games in our collection. Castle Combo for us feels like a very, very light game. Oh, Point Salad, that was the other one. It was a drafting game.
Point Salad.
So Point Salad, High Society, and Quirkle, all light games, all have just a few mechanics. Castle Combo has, I would say, 3 or 4 mechanics. It's got the drafting. It's got tableau building, combo making, and then end of score that you're trying to strategize for.
Yeah.
And I think that was just a bit much for her. I think if we would have went Azul, would have had the tile laying and the comboing from Quirkle with just a little bump.
Yeah.
Where I think Castle Combo was maybe too much of a departure from the things we had already done.
Yeah. But what a great way to spend our summer, teaching new people, bringing them into the hobby, promoting Moon City Con, staying inside, out of the heat.
Going up to C&K Games, playing games up there. We saw a double rainbow coming out on one of them.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, C&K is where we found Nightmare Productions. Picked it up because Frank could say, hey, I think you guys would like this game.
And he was right.
And he will find games that he latches into and just loves. Like, you gotta play it, gotta play it, gotta play it. And it's been on our radar for a while. Since last year, since he told us. And I told you, since we have some friends that aren't the biggest gamers, that was up there, and I didn't see anywhere around here. And I'd asked, and I think our local game stores were saying that their distributors were out. I'm like, well, up there, he's got 2 copies. So we got one, played it, we loved it. It's Reiner Knizia Auction. It's not the most mechanically deep game, but the strategy is absolutely there. So we liked it. One of our favorite games we've played this year. And it is our it's the game we put in the play to win for Moon City Con. That is our stamp of approval.
Yes.
We put Etherstone in there. We really liked it. And we think everybody else will, but I think everybody else will like it more than we did. Toy Battle is a fantastic 2-player game for me, but you're not big on area control.
Yeah.
So, and then, what was the other one we put in there? The Ark Nova, the Sanctuary.
Yes.
Liked it, but the whole time we were playing it, rather play Ark Nova. So we put those in there as well. So, on top of that, we've been seeing movies. We've been eating at restaurants. So we were, on our 7, we were trying to hem and haw. Will we talk about our best 7 restaurants we've eaten at this year? Or do we talk about the 7, top 7 movies?
Let's do movies, entertainment, summer
right.
blockbuster.
We'll see you on the next side. We'll see you at the 7 where we talk about our 7 favorites.
You're listening to the 417Gamer podcast. You can listen to us on Libsyn, Spotify, and over on the 417Gamer YouTube. If you'd like to contact the show, head over to facebook.com/Hobby Gaming Network or leave a comment on the YouTube page. Now, on to the 7.
The 7 in the 417 Gamer podcast is our seven favorite movies so far this year. We got our Alamo Pass back because we were looking at the schedule, and we're like, man, there's a lot of months where there's 2 and 3 movies that we want to try and see.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple amazing movies, as we'll reveal on the list. There's been some really good movies. And there's also been some, I think we spent too much money on popcorn and sodas or teas to go see this. Number 7.
The Odyssey.
Odyssey was long. Fantastic performances. Fantastic shots.
Cinematography was mind-blowing.
The lengths they went to make actual boats that they filmed on the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
The effort that Christopher Nolan and the cast put into this, fantastic. But I will say most scenes run long. I think a lot of this could have been clipped down to take it from a 3-hour movie. And on opening weekend, when you add in all of the previews, you're 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
There are movies out there that are 2 and 3 hours. You get out there, you're like, man, that was great. Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship with the Ring, did not feel as long as it was.
Right.
Return of the King didn't feel as long as it was. What was the second one? 2 Towers? I felt like that was as long as it was. Maybe.
But epic scope of this movie, fantastic. We do recommend going and seeing it. Just prepare yourself.
And if you can see it in the IMAX or that 70 millimeter IMAX or whatever, it's beautiful. Number 6.
Disclosure Day.
So this is the Spielberg Alien movie. And I honestly didn't have this on my radar at all. But did your brother recommend this?
No, I saw a preview for it. And it looked, interesting.
Gotcha.
And we like Spielberg movies. We like alien movies, sci-fi. So we gave it a shot. It was one of those, a mystery movie. Like, you don't see the alien until the end. You don't know what's going on until the end. It's a slow reveal burn. You're trying to figure out what's going on, what's happening. But it was good. I did enjoy it. But another one of those where a lot of drama for the action at the end.
Yeah. This has got Emily Blunt starring in it. She's like a television anchor, and she's been touched. She can talk to the aliens and communicate for them.
Yeah.
Colin Firth is the bad guys. He's the government that's trying to stop her from doing any of this until she does it. And then he just walks away.
Yeah, that was weird. A weird turn there.
It was like, the cat's out of the bag. I'm no longer a bad guy. I'm like, wait a second. Number 5.
Supergirl.
Supergirl was super fun. I think that
it took a lot of heat from the critics, and the audience scores were mixed reviews, and I think the reason is you grew up watching the Superman movies, and they're all pretty serious, right? Yeah. Not a lot of levity and comedy in a Superman movie. Or a Batman movie, or most of the DC movies.
Or if there is, it's not from those characters. They are the straight, Boy Scout, good guy.
This one, however, directed by James Gunn.
No, Craig Gillespie. He's producing.
Oh. Well, to me it felt... So I'm sorry.
You're right.
It felt like a James Gunn movie. It felt like Guardians of the Galaxy feel, where it was more... It wasn't a comedy, just like Guardians of the Galaxy is an action movie with superheroes that has a lot of comedy in it. That's kind of the feel that they gave to this, and I don't think that fits the character of Supergirl. I didn't care for that twist they put on her character. It's definitely a different take on the franchise, and it was interesting, and I did enjoy it. However, I'm old school Superman, Supergirl, serious characters, serious powers. But I did enjoy the movie, so I can't say I didn't. It just felt like I was watching a different universe than what I'm used to.
So this is based on the comic miniseries Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow. Supergirl and Superman were both losing a lot of readers. Superman is very cookie cutter, and he's been basically rebooted on several occasions with different edges to him. And that's what they ended up doing with Supergirl. So this follows that series to where she can't find her place on Earth. She doesn't fit in. Clark came there as a baby, and he was raised and all that stuff. Supergirl didn't leave Krypton until right before it's about to blow up.
Mm-hmm.
And she's older. So when she hits Earth, she's like a teenager.
Yeah.
And anybody who's moved around later in life knows trying to fit in is harder. So it has that theme to it. But she parties a little bit, which some people that look at the Superman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman archetypes like, ooh, that's not what a superhero does. She still hasn't found her way to being Supergirl. She has the suit, but she's kind of shunning it because she doesn't feel like it's right. She still has it in her head that she needs to do the right thing, but it's a little hard for her to pull herself to do the right thing at times.
Yeah.
I thought the story was fine. Millie Alcock did a decent job as Supergirl. I did not like Jason Momoa as Lobo. I know he likes the character. I know he petitioned to play the character. I thought Lobo himself was bleh. And I would have liked to see just about any other character partner up with her. And maybe it wouldn't have fit that miniseries run. But maybe it's because we've seen him as so many other characters, and Aquaman for that I see him as Lobo and I'm like, eh.
Yeah.
Plus, his paint on it just... I know he's not of Earth, but it felt like a bad toy line's paint job on a figure. You know, whenever you're a kid, you get... Your brother might have got some action figures, you might have got some action figures. And you get the paint job on, like, He-Man, or one of the monsters of He-Man, and it's just not the same.
Yeah. We enjoyed it. It was good, not great,
Right.
in my opinion.
And that's why it's sitting at a 5.
Yeah.
Number 4, The Sheep Detective. This one was really cute. It has Hugh Jackman in it. He's a shepherd, and he reads crime novels to his sheep before he goes to bed. And one night, he gets killed, and his sheep are watching a bungling local constable and a whole bunch of other people him-hawing around, and nobody's really
Solving the case.
crime. In fact, they're like, he might have killed himself. They're like, he would never have killed himself. So the sheep take it upon themselves to solve the crime. It is older kid-friendly, as in, 7+, I would say. 3rd grader plus. Whatever age goes to 3rd grade.
So we saw the previews. We're like, oh, we're going to go watch that. And we didn't get to see it in the theater. We did see it on streaming. And I wanted to watch it because I heard some coworkers talking about, they'd watched it, they'd streamed it, and it was a real good family feel-good movie.
Yeah.
And then we watched it, and let me tell you guys, I did not feel good watching this movie. Here's why. The neighbor's sheep, they find out, they all go to the butcher. They thought when sheep die, they turn into magic clouds that float up into the heavens. And then they go next door and they're like, oh no, we become food. And that wasn't a little
sheep
uncomfortable.
Are friends, not food.
So I was like, oh, that's dark.
Yeah, it went dark quick.
It did. But we did enjoy it. We had some laughs.
Number 3, I didn't watch.
I did. It was the new Michael Jackson movie.
You have told me that we need to see this, and as soon as it comes on streaming, we will. Back on the Sheep Detective, it had a short theater run here. It opened on Mother's Day weekend, and I think we had plans with my mom for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
The next weekend we had plans, and then that weekend after we looked for it and it was gone.
Yeah.
But back to the Michael Jackson
So this
biopic.
This is a biopic that covers from when he first starts singing until the end of his tour with the Jackson 5. And he has already done the Thriller album, but his father, which they really delve into how abusive that relationship was, forces him to keep touring with them and until after his Thriller album, and then he announces that he's done with that. Now, at the end of the movie, it does say Michael will return in the next movie, which we're assuming will be the next few years of his life. But his nephew plays the young Michael Jackson, or the teenage young 20s version, and he does an amazing job. And there are times where you can't tell. I was like, is that Michael Jackson singing or this kid singing? Well, turns out it was both. They dubbed them together, they mixed them together, so it was him singing with Michael over the top, and they just kind of blended together seamlessly, and it's you can't tell, it's just perfectly done. And the way he dances is exactly the way Michael dances. I mean, you can't help but hum along and tap your toes while you're watching this. Now, there is a lot of biopic darkness to it. He did not have a happy childhood. He did not have, there's a lot of really dark stuff that happens to him. A lot of abuse by the father. There's an accident where he's filming a Pepsi commercial and he gets badly burned and he's in a burn unit for a long time. So yeah, there's a lot of darkness to it, but overall it's very interesting, and if you love his music at all, you go see this movie because the music, top-notch, dancing, amazing. Which brings us to our number 2 movie of the summer, which could be our number 1 easily. We did kind of have to rock, paper, scissors, would it be 1 and 2 on here, but it's Project Hail Mary, and I say, hail yes, go see this movie.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling in this. This is one that your brother said that we need to go see.
Yeah, they saw it first, and they were right. It's based on a book, which you can read the book if you're into reading, which my brother is not. I am, which I might pick up the book and read it. Yeah. But this movie was absolutely, talk about a feel-good movie.
I think your emotions are all over this.
Well, true, but you leave smiling.
Yes.
And wow, just everything about there's not a bad part to this movie, I don't think.
So they find out that there's the sun is losing its energy for some reason. They find out that there's like a beam of energy or light that's going to Venus, and that's sucking out the energy of the star. And they found out that there's several other stars that's happening to. In fact, most of the stars, except for there's one, and they need to send scientists out there to find out why, and then send back their research so maybe people on Earth can find a solution so their sun doesn't die, because if the sun dies,
we all die. So they send a research ship out to the one star that's not been affected to find out why. And if you don't want spoilers, fast forward now. If you're okay with spoilers, he meets an alien.
He does.
Who is
Rocky.
who he meets Rocky, who is also there to find out why this one sun is not being affected when theirs is. All the other stars are dying, and they have to work together to figure out the solution. And sounds simple, but it's so much more. It just, trust us. If you can only go see one movie this whole year, make it this one.
Or our number one,
Spider-Man.
New Day. This was fantastic. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. Tom Holland is a very, very good Spider-Man.
He is.
And a lot... So, this... I like Spider-Man over Batman because I like Spider-Man more than his Rogues Gallery of villains, but he has a very good Rogues Gallery of villains. Batman, good movies, but a lot of times his villains overshadow him. The villains make Batman. If you have a Batman movie that doesn't have like his top 5 or 6 villains, it doesn't have Joker, it doesn't have Mr. Freeze, it doesn't have Two-Face,
Penguin.
I mean, the one with Bane is universally the one that most people are like, eh. Because I would put Bane as a big villain for him, but I wouldn't put it in his top 5, personally. Spider-Man, he is fighting several of his villains to start the movie, but you also see that he's competent enough at this point to where most of his villains are manageable for him.
Yeah.
Like Scorpion, no problem. The hand that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones were having issues with, got those under control. But there's a new threat that is taking possession over people's bodies and making them do things, and he's got to figure it out.
And he's the only one that can't be mind controlled because of his spidey senses.
Yeah.
But if you watched the last Spider-Man movie, you would know that Doctor Strange did a spell to make everyone forget that the bad guy in that movie, Mysterio, told the whole world that Spider-Man is really Peter Parker, and that he's a bad guy, not a good guy. So Doctor Strange does a spell to make everyone forget that, but the bad part is everyone means everyone, including Doctor Strange, MJ, everyone forgets. Happy. Everyone who forgets who he is. So he's alone. He has no one. No one knows who he is. It's kind of he just throws himself completely into being Spider-Man. There is no Peter Parker. There is no friends, no family, no life. He's just Spider-Man working 24/7 Spider-in.
Yeah, and he had to do the spell because Spider-Man was trying to do a spell similar to that. And Doctor Strange was throwing it in, which ripped a hole in the multiverse, brought villains from different Spider-Verses in. So Doctor Strange did that spell, like you said, that nobody remembered who he was, period. And so MJ doesn't know who he is. His friends don't know who he is. The other friendly local things don't know who he is. Are we taking pictures of the kitty?
I am. She looks so cute.
She does. She's grown up in her cinnamon roll. Very, very good action sequences.
Mm-hmm.
There was some suspense in there. And once again, spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Your villain is Jean Grey.
From the X-Men.
Hopefully. From the X-Men. And so this might be... Kamala Khan is actually the first one that is called a mutant in this MCU so far.
Right.
But you also don't know if we're going to continue on with Kamala Khan enough for that to matter as much as it should. But now Jean Grey is in there. As a telepath, she is also a mutant. You also have damage control that is brought in, which is a governmental agency that on the surface looks like they're trying to help Peter Parker, and he's working with them, and they're doing a good job. Turns out, they are, behold, actually the bad guys.
Yes.
Jean Grey's been trying to find her sister that got abducted. So, very fun movie, very good action.
And a surprise appearance by 2 other fantastic characters, the Punisher.
Yep.
And the Hulk.
Yes.
Bruce Banner's there. He becomes the Hulk. There's a great fight scene between Spider-Man and the Hulk. Really, really good. So yes, definitely, if you're a fan of the Avengers, the MCU, go see this movie. absolutely go see this movie. But if you don't like superhero movies, go see Project Hail Mary.
Yeah. Who else was in here? No. Florence Pugh. She plays the new Black Widow. What is her actual name? I mean, she's Black Widow's sister. Actually, go by her name. You remember her name? Anyway, she's in this as well. It's funny because he goes to her for information or for advice, and she tells him, "You're small potatoes. we are the new Avengers. We do big potatoes. You know, when the Earth is threatened, that's what we handle. What you do the Scorpion. You do the low level crime. That's small potatoes. That's you." So later he tries to go with her with some of what he's doing, and she goes, "You're doing small potatoes again?" He goes, "Well, I want you to judge the size of these potatoes." I love their interaction. And yes, Punisher does really, really well. The Hulk was good to see him in this. Jean Grey's... I mean, this is just supposedly a Spider-Man movie, but it had a lot of heavy hits from other characters in there, and it was cool to see.
Yes.
So, your recommendation? Fantastic. But... I hope if you're listening to this and you went to Moon City Con, thank you very much. I hope you had a good time.
Yeah.
I hope we had a good time. I'm pretty sure we had a good time.
I already know we have a good time. Thank you.
We have packed almost all my games. We have Karuka peeking above the games. It's going to Moon City Con with us. Thank you for listening. We will see you on episode 71. And I don't know what the topic's going to be yet.
Well, it'll be the Moon City wrap-up.
Oh, yeah. We'll do the Moon City wrap-up. Look at you. Word not good for me this weekend. I'm fried. Wife is keeping me in check. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But until next time, keep gaming.
At Moon City and in the 417.
Goodbye.
Bye. The 417 Gamer podcast is recorded and produced by Andrea and Rick Bagwell. The intro music we use, Kind, Gentle, Beautiful Person, and the outro music, Making Up for Lost Time, was created by Origami Reptica. For links to our show notes, the music, and guest links, head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Hobby Gaming Network. Until next time, keep gaming in the 417.